Apparently, it is still really cold in Wisconsin.
Is it?
In case you were wondering. Good. It makes this decision a lot better.
What's up?
Not right now. I'll stay in the shade for a minute. It'll mess up my hair. I want to sit down, but I can't do it with both of these. Oh. Oprah. Ready? Cold plunge.
Oh, you're going to sit down there?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. I gotta acclimate.
Let's just go for it.
I didn't think it would be this cold.
Yeah, it was really cold last night. It was like 70 degrees last night. Super cold.
Kevin said it was 65 this morning.
Oh.
I was like, that's perfect.
Yeah, if every morning could be like that. It's crazy how all it took was just one little rainstorm.
Yep. Winds from the north, the photographer said.
Winds from the north?
The other photographer that was there today. She is from the area. I forgot.
English speaker?
Pretty fluent, yeah.
Good.
But she also obviously knows the area and speaks the language, so she was able to like get us into places or communicate on our behalf, which was pretty awesome.
That is very nice to have.
And I know I'm completely lacking in my skills, but part of me honestly just loves to just sit and listen to them talk to each other. Like, it's such a beautiful language when they're not yelling. I'm sure all languages could be that way. I don't know if English is.
Yes and no.
We're just gonna stand. It's a standing podcast.
Why not?
Okay.
Matt and Shane stand all the time.
Oh, Matt and Shane. McGillis. Oh, I'm afraid to get the microphone wet. Fine. We sit.
Oh, my butt's all wet.
I know.
What are we going to talk about?
How I changed my mind again. Let me try. I'm gonna try it. Ugh. But then I just gotta hold it up here.
Let me see.
We need a microphone holder. Whew.
How does it feel down there?
It's cold, but this is kind of just what I needed to detox from the experience that I just had.
You can detox in my pool any day.
Hey.
Fine.
Do it. Oh, God.
Feels nice. These people are probably like,
What are they?
muy estúpido gringos. These putos coming to our land.
What are fucking microphones? What are they doing? Are they blowing the yard?
They are
Don't move.
groundskeeping.
Don't move the water. Don't move the water. These trees are very deceiving because, like, when you're up top, it feels like you're way further in, but really it's just there's the road.
It's right there. It's very close.
It is.
You can tell. I could tell that the power. Well, it was funny when the power went out earlier. I kind of freaked out a little bit because I didn't realize that it was off because we weren't really doing much. We were just chilling.
Yeah.
We were already reading at that point, so it's not like we were reliant on any sort of energy. I don't think I had any lights on. The only way I knew was the microwave. The blue, the 000 blue. Is that a butterfly? Was off, and then about 5 minutes after, I calmed down pretty quickly. But it was unfortunate timing because that was when the kids wanted their snacks. Okay, and they're like, "Oh, let's go in the fridge. Let's raid the fridge." I'm like, "No, let's keep that closed, please," because I explained to them why. Marley and Malcolm kind of understood, but Wendy not so much.
Yeah.
But anyway, I noticed shortly thereafter that that stopped.
That
Construction.
noise.
Yes. But it makes
kind
sense
of the
because
whole-
if everything's concrete, they're using concrete saws and stuff. Can't really use those without energy.
Yeah.
Hola.
Will you guys be quiet, please?
Told you.
We're trying to have a conversation here.
Yeah, bruh.
Down in front.
I was right into the mic. Sorry.
Way to be that guy. Stop. Oh.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
was that the one for attack? They got quiet.
They're kind of like posted up on us too.
There's 1, 2, 3. Is there a fourth one?
There might be. I might need more sunscreen. Not gonna lie.
Well, I told, because we all happened to be standing around, so I told Kevin and Jamie, I was like, oh yeah, I guess the power is out at our area. And right away, Kevin got a panic look on his face. He goes, and then it dawned on me, like, if the power's out at their house, their kids literally rely on all of that for their gaming and stuff. I was like, oh no, Kevin, what are they going to do? It's like, I guess they'll have to figure it out. But I think it only went out for like 2 minutes there, he said.
Oh really?
Yeah.
It was out for about a half hour here. It was interesting because after Winnie broke that cup, like I said, we went and threw it away. And then there's electrical boxes outside of each house. Mm-hmm. And on our way out, they were all blank. Nothing. No meter. Nothing. And on our way back in, so less than 3 minutes later, they were all back on. Like, oh, perfect.
Beautiful. This would be perfect audio without that saw.
Yeah.
With the birds. In the mornings, I always try to capture them, but then the saws turn on, or the dog barks.
Dog didn't bark much today,
Ooh.
Okay, it does feel
So-
pretty good once you're acclimated.
Yeah.
Here's another one. There's another one. What's going on? It's not me, I swear.
You got air in your pockets.
Okay.
Ah. So, today, what is today? Day 4? Day 5? Today's Thursday. April something.
We landed Saturday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. There's day 5.
Day 5.
Oh, damn, I didn't.
We're here. We're still surviving. And I love that every single day I kind of settle in and learn a little bit more about us in terms of like maybe not so much what we're looking for, but what we don't want, if that makes sense.
Yeah. But that's almost as important as what we do want.
It is.
Narrowing things down.
That's how you get there. And I've decided that I would be perfectly okay if we just traveled around to like smaller quaint towns, less people, or stayed near bodies of water for a little while and just had other people chauffeur us around so I can just be present in the moment. That's my sweet spot. Just going with the flow and not having to worry, especially after seeing the traffic in Tulum.
Yeah.
No fucking thank you.
They kind of just like make up their own rules as they go.
There literally are no rules.
Yeah.
It's wild.
But
The Wild West.
to be
South?
fair, I think a lot of the world is the very same way. America and maybe like the more civilized parts of Europe, maybe the only places that are like real hardcore rules, police enforcing them.
Jamie made a good point in the car, though. Because obviously there's way less anxiety and depression here. Mm-hmm. And she's noticed, like, when they go back to the U.S., everything is so structured and figured out, and it's all laid out, and everybody follows the rules. But because we have it so figured out, that's why we have so much anxiety. Because, like, either you're worried about breaking the rules or you're worried about other people breaking the rules. But down here, like, there just are none. So everything's just a free-for-all. Everybody's happier.
That's fair.
It's a good place to retire.
It certainly appears that there are a lot of people who retire down here.
There are. It still feels like we're in Florida, though. I know it's dumb to say, but that's my only, like, anchor, because that's the only place I've really been.
Yeah. Some of it feels like Florida.
Well, true. Not all of it. Obviously, the Spanish-speaking.
I just find it hard to believe like, we're literally just in the middle of the jungle. And we have internet. We have lights. We have a microwave. We have just 100 feet up the road, they're building a fucking house. And how do they figure all this out? Like, where did they get these giant screens from? Where did they get that from?
The store.
The store.
Super aquí.
I don't know. It's just... Obviously, I know very little about building a house or... It's just...
Well, apparently, though, what they do is they just build these monstrosities right plop in the middle, and then they figure out the roads. So, like, the road to get there, that's why they all suck, because that's the afterthought. They just build it. If you build it, they will come.
That's true.
And some of the ones that we passed today, we went from Tulum Centro, and then we took this, essentially, like, County Road B in West Salem.
Was there hills?
No hills, but it was just the back roads kind of thing. But then all of a sudden there would just be this giant construction building and then nothing. And then giant construction building and then nothing. And then we were in the centro part.
Did you guys make it to La Valeta?
I have no idea what that is.
It's a little bit further away from us. So whatever direction is away from us, I think that's southwest.
Yes.
It's just like the other part of Tulum. That's where we were. That's where the place we were going to stay was, La Valeta.
No, he was going to stop at Soriana because I mentioned how we can't find Band-Aids.
Different way.
Oh,
But
never
that's
mind.
Okay. Other side.
Other side, whatever.
It's fine.
But he was going to, and then he remembered he had a phone call or something, so he didn't want to risk it.
Gotcha. That's all right. Marley hasn't complained about her foot much, so I think she'll be okay.
I think it's helped that we've made it a point, but also it kind of just happened where we haven't done too much walking.
Yeah.
So soaking in the tub and stuff has been good. But I could tell after all that energy from both parts of Tulum and all that sensory overload, I was like, I just need to sit in the quiet plunge pool, which is not quiet, but
It's not really quiet.
but it's not people-y
There's no people. We're alone.
for the most part,
We got
except that guy.
your motorcycle starting in about 5 seconds. We got Netflix on this side, concrete saws on that side, motorcycles on that side.
Podcasting on the go.
To the jungle, we got Netflix. We got everything you want, and we got concrete.
Meh, meh.
I feel like I'm really starting to settle in every day.
Yeah.
I still feel. I think I'll feel a lot better once I take the Collectivo for the first time.
Oh, yeah. You haven't done that yet.
No, I haven't. But I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying this. I know it's been unseasonably cool the last few days, but
That was the last thing the other photographer said to us. She's like, well, enjoy your winter. Summer's coming. But she even said that they get there's 1 week out of the year where they get this weather. And so I think they had this already in December. So this is
Really?
It's unseasonal, apparently.
abnormal.
I appreciate it though.
yeah.
Holy shirt balls.
Yeah. I don't think I've really sweat at all in the last 2 or 3 days. Well, you've been out, man.
Mission accomplished.
We haven't had the AC on. I noticed The AC kicked off pretty early last night, and it didn't really turn back on. It'd be really great if we could open the window.
No, I know. That'd be perfect, but
Get some sort of airflow.
someday.
But that's okay. Other than that, how are you feeling about your trip into the town of Tulum? Consider it a town or a city?
Definitely a city.
Yeah.
It's fucking huge. It's wild. There's just, it's sensory overload. There's so much going on all at once. And somehow, everybody just navigates it successfully. I don't even know how I survived. Half the time I wasn't even looking before I stepped in the road, and then I was like, shit, there's cars coming.
Oh, man.
But it's literally like the buildings are just, I mean, it's all, the jungle's all around, or the trees are, so everything just kind of blends in, but it's like building, or business, I guess.
Is it kind of like this, where it's just buildings and then jungle, like everything's nestled inside?
Kind of, yeah, but there's no break. So for like 2 miles or more, it felt like, it's nonstop. It was like, how do you...
Non-stop trees or buildings?
Businesses and restaurants and shops and stuff. So if you're staying at one end, to get to the other end would be like probably impossible. It'd be a long haul.
So maybe it's a good thing we picked this place.
In my mind, I guess I don't know why, but when you read on the internet, everyone talks about the hotel zone. I guess, again, my only comparison is what I know, but I imagined like essentially like the Hilton type of like just like a big building and then like a main road, maybe like all the hotels in the area. No thanks. But like an actual 2-lane road or something, like paved road in between, and this was like a dirt road that was very uneven, very bumpy.
Interesting.
And then it's almost, even without people, to some degree, it almost felt claustrophobic. So I could see how with all the people there, it probably wouldn't be enjoyable for me.
Then I guess we chose the right place.
Unless you literally came like with adults only, where everyone's just in the mood to just walk and chill.
Explore.
Yeah.
I can see that.
But to entertain children, because half the stuff, all they want to do is climb on it, and there's rocks everywhere, so our kids would just want to collect the rocks. And
Be in the middle of the road and see a rock.
most of the businesses you can't even get into.
Really?
Yeah, unless, like, some of them, obviously, we were there early, so they weren't actually open yet, but there was a few spots where it looked like a path. So we started to walk down thinking they could just take some pictures right there, and then a worker would come in and be like, no pictures. Like, you have to pay to be in that area. You have to pay for everything.
What is that?
It's one of those biting flies.
It is?
Looks like it.
Get out of here. So if they see you with a camera, they like shoo you away?
Yeah, well, they just didn't let anybody in there at all unless you paid.
How much would you have to pay to get in there?
It depends. I've read online that some of them get pricey. Like some of them, because that's the other thing is there's the road and all the buildings and then the beach. So to get to the beach, you have to pay to get through to these establishments. That's how they get you.
Gotcha. That's why I was surprised when Jamie said the K Beach Club is free. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which even then, I don't know if it technically was, but that beach club was our vibe.
Yeah.
Just wide open, music playing on Sundays.
That's Is that the only day they have music?
I don't know. I haven't even looked up their website yet. I haven't had time.
We should check it out because I bet we could easily get some content from
Oh, for sure.
But the K Beach Club, and then if you looked out to the right, I don't know if you actually went down to the beach, but if you look to the right, there's another. Jamie said you can go over there and not pay anything, but I don't know if that's totally true.
Yeah.
But it looked way more calm and better for kids. It seemed like there was more kids down there. So maybe
We
that
should
would
go find it.
be okay.
One of these days.
We need to get back to the beach.
I know. I think that's what I'm missing. Next time, let's find a beachfront property and just chill.
All right. I'm cool with that.
I don't really know what I'm looking for. I did get to see the follow your dream sign, which I've seen that all over Instagram, obviously, so I was super excited to find that. But otherwise, and there was a lot to look at in the hotel zone. Like, it's a very boho vibe. So as a photographer, it was amazing. I just took pictures of everything, but I can't see me or us always going to a place like that.
Too populated, or
Yeah, there's just too much energy going on. I feel like my nervous system would never settle.
I have a theory about that. It just popped into my brain.
Download. Go.
We lived on Alaska for years and years and years. That's basically like the equivalent of Aki Mall to La Crosse, like downtown La Crosse. Downtown La Crosse, obviously different than Tulum. I can't really equate because I've never been to Tulum yet, but or Centro anyway. But like, it's geographically pretty similar. Like,
Yeah.
you prefer to be on the outside where it's a little bit quieter.
That's true. We never wanted to live in downtown La Crosse.
No, that never really did it for us.
The only benefit is, obviously, you don't have to worry as much about getting around. But I don't know how anybody knows where anything is. Like, there's no mailboxes, there's no signs. It's just, everything is just trees and random stuff tucked in everywhere. Like, how the f*** do you know where you're going?
It is really weird how this all works. Like, how do people get mail here? I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe it's not for me to get.
I don't think it is. So maybe Italy is calling us. Italy.
Maybe.
I still would someday like to check out other parts of Mexico.
I would too. I don't know which part yet, but I think Mexico City is going to be very much similar to what you just dealt with.
But architecturally, I think it'll be more historic. This is very boho. Get the f*** out of here. Whoever you are.
I think that's the fly. Kevin was telling me he saw a yellow fly.
Yeah.
And it bit his finger. And he had like a big swell mark.
He watched it. So we've survived. So what advice would we have for the people at home? Our viewers, all three of them.
Do a lot of research. What resonates with me to give advice to people is do research specifically on like geography of the area. What I would, I spent a fair amount of time looking at Google Maps, but not a lot. But being here has been way different than what I thought it was going to be.
You have to be in the place to truly experience it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing like what you see on Instagram. We'll show you the real stuff. Follow us.
Yes. But do research on just overall geography. Like, it's pretty simple here. Like, there's basically just one main road. The 307. It goes from Cancun to Belize, basically. But inside the complex, I did some research, but clearly I needed to do more. So just be mindful of that. That bug's on you.
I don't get off. Get off. Get off. You're gonna watch me freak out on camera. I would say though that also just understand, and I think I knew this, but it's really more apparent now. Like, no matter where you go and where you travel to, your brain is automatically going to connect the dots to what you already know. So, for example, like I said, like the central part of Tulum for me is just like the Wisconsin Dells. So if you're from Wisconsin, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That is not the vibe that I ever saw on the internet.
No.
Never. Not when you hear about Tulum. But when it clicked for me, I was like, oh yeah, this isn't my place after all. A little booger.
Couple of them now.
Ah, come. They're like, ooh, fresh meat.
White meat.
I'm getting a little roasted.
Good.
But even like the houses and stuff, like my brain, as we were driving down the roads, my brain was basically everywhere you go, it's going to be like home. So like going into this, and it's different too when you're on vacation versus slow traveling.
Yeah.
When you're on vacation, you just see a few of the hot spots and that's it. But when you're going slow, you really take it in. And you can see how it's not like super magical or like I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like a fix for everything, a fix for all your problems. Like your problems still come with you.
Yes.
Everything is just like home, or what you consider to be home. But there's so much sunshine here.
There is so much sunshine. There's like one cloud in the whole sky.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good way to put it. Your brain will equate to what you already know.
Because like for the longest time, when we started researching, everybody talked about how amazing Tulum was and it's wonderful, and I'm not saying it's bad by any means. It's just for us, once it dawned on me that, oh, it's just like this other city that I do know and I don't care for.
Yep.
That's when I was like, oh, I see.
Outie. Check me out of here.
Yeah. Like, and I'm not a big, not a tourist shopper, but a trinket shopper or whatever. Like, I'm not big into shop. It's cool to see all those little shops, but I'm not buying anything. I'm not taking anything with me, so.
You're not an impulse buyer.
No.
You never really have been.
But I really do love the colors here. Oh my God, there's just color everywhere. And it's just wild how it's literally a concrete jungle inside the jungle. We were standing on the corner at one point today, and I was paying attention initially to, there was a guy playing the guitar and singing. He had like a little, not a megaphone, but a microphone of some kind, so it was projecting. Yeah, so it was projecting, and he was really good. And he was standing, get the here.
He likes that shirt.
He was standing
Those are my pants.
in between two cars at a stop sign, and then behind him, way on the other side of the road, there was this big white building, and like the top half of the cement wall was just gone. Everything was just open and exposed. You could tell that it used to be like a full complete wall or something.
Yeah.
And then now there was nothing. Like it almost looked like a bomb went off in there, and then they just said, "F it, we'll leave it."
Let's leave it.
There's so much of that here.
There's a house actually, I'm pretty sure it's like right across the street. I think you can see it from through those trees right there. But it looks like they started building it 5 years ago and just never finished.
It just got done.
There's still like a concrete mixer in there, and it's just, but, I don't know how long it takes mold to grow here, but it's just black.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's...
I'm sure it happens fast.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe it's like just 1 year. Maybe they started it last summer and just never finished it. But they're clearly working on something, but they're not working on that building. So, I don't know. It's very interesting. Another thing to think about would be if you are traveling, I mean, really anywhere, but we know this area. If you're coming here, it might be a good idea. It is a good idea to look into a private chef for your first night.
I love that idea. I wish we would have had one.
Our first night here, I think we've already talked about it, but it was a nightmare. It was tough.
Travel days are always hard.
You were basically dying. I was
dying.
Beyond exhausted because I was trying to shoulder the extra load that you weren't able to bear. So we were just all falling apart, and just thinking of how amazing it would have been to just come in, set our suitcases down, and then just have tacos made for us.
Yeah.
Or, whatever. Tacos would be the easy thing, but that would have been just heaven on earth.
Even just snack food would have helped.
Yeah.
Something to kind of tide us over. So maybe
sustenance.
So either hire a private chef, or if you're an Airbnb host, consider that as like an extra perk.
An offering?
Not even an offering, just include it. An experience for your guests. You have...
To charge more.
No, it should just be part of... It's not like a chef thing, but like just having snacks, I mean. Or just like a bowl of fruit or something to help it so people survive.
Right.
Like some eggs, some staples.
Yep. I am grateful that there was 3 5-gallon jugs of water.
Yeah.
That was great.
But, and this might be on us, but at the same time, our Airbnb host, I feel like he kind of was just like, okay, like he was super nice, but it was kind of just like, okay, here's the keys. Let me know if you have any problems. And then he like dipped.
Right in my face, dude.
He like dipped out. There was no guide like, okay, here's where you can go get food, here's where you get water, here's where you get groceries.
Here's where you take your garbage.
All the maps and stuff that we randomly found in a drawer were Google Map print-offs from 2018.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. Just
7-year-old maps.
Yeah. So if you want to be a number one host, Airbnb host, there's some tips for you.
Right. Provide the little things for your people.
Go, because I have stayed even in that tiny, tiny little place in South Dakota, where it was, the floor was all crooked throughout the entire thing. There was no
oven.
There's no oven, whatever. No living room, just 2 bedrooms and a tiny little kitchen. That place in the bathroom had amenities, like laid out for the guests. So there was like toiletries, there was the little hotel soaps and shampoos in case you needed them, things like that. They went above and beyond.
So wait, are you in a roundabout way saying South Dakota is better than Mexico?
Shh. It's my roots. I gotta give him some credit.
To be fair, Ricardo isn't really the owner.
Yeah, but he's the manager.
Yeah, he's kind of the point guy. So, yeah, that's a good point. I did think that was weird. I got the vibe that, because I remember he said, like, I live in Playa, so I'm going home. So I think, because he did ask us when we planned on getting here, and I told him, like, well, we land at 1:30, so I'm guessing by 3:30. I didn't know, obviously. Well, we weren't here till 5.
But they also have to be used to that.
That's true. But
everybody's late in Mexico.
apparently. But
there are no clocks.
It almost seemed like he was like punching out for the day. That's kind of the vibe I got. Like,
it's like all right.
Like you go to a store and you try to talk to a worker that's got 2 minutes left to work. They're like, yeah, get the fuck out of here. Leave me alone.
I cannot help you. No, we didn't.
Other than that, though, he has been very helpful. Like, our washer didn't work.
He's been really responsive, too.
Yes, very responsive.
That I appreciate.
But that's true. They very easily could have provided a few more little things.
Maybe it's just Mexico. I don't know.
I don't think it's just Mexico.
No, you're right. I think it's just Airbnbs.
Yeah.
This is just what I needed.
I don't know if I want to get up.
I know.
This is pretty nice.
So far, I know it's only day 5, but so far, what feels good for me is getting up and like eventually being able to like go for a walk or something right away in the morning, and just like you and the kids doing your school thing, or at times if I'm working, and then like having the pool last night at sunset. That was amazing. That was
nobody there.
Just what I needed. Even if people had been there, it still would have been fine. I'm glad they weren't, but
yeah, here our kids, Marley just never mind.
But
yeah, that was great.
I'm like, I could see us living like that.
I just really wish that second bedroom was attached.
I know, or you could at least open the screen. That would make it so much easier, and I would actually get sleep. Every night this week, I've only gotten maybe 2 hours of sleep.
But I will say, I know I feel bad, and I would like to we can figure something out to get you a good night's rest, but if this was the case in Plover, you would have been an absolute bear.
Oh, for sure.
You would have been not fun to deal with, but you've been very calm and
all she needed was some palm trees and some sunshine. Weird.
Access to a pool 24/7.
Well, I've noticed too, I mean, yeah, it's been a little bit cooler, and later in the afternoon, the last few days, I have hit that like, oh, I'm kind of sleepy stage, but then I get like a second wind or something, and even then I'm like, oh, why am I still wide awake? Like 10 o'clock at night, still wide awake, just fine. I'm sure once the heat picks back up, that could change, because that makes us all sleepy, but
knock us out a little. It'll take more energy out of us throughout the day.
But overall, there's a lot less stress, honestly.
Surprisingly enough.
There's nowhere, other than the few work jobs that we've had or get-togethers with friends, there's nowhere we have to be. And
yeah, it's true.
Like, we can do all of our work online. I love getting out with the camera, but I don't have to be anywhere. And that is how I want to live. So I want to live like the Mexican way, but not in the heat. Can we find a happy medium?
I think we can try. Maybe Greece would be the answer.
That's what I'm thinking, man. I also think overall we eat less. We're not eating out of boredom or emotional or to stay warm.
Specifically Marley.
Yeah.
She's been...
Me? Is it on me?
No.
Okay.
I don't see anything other than her beauty.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Yeah, she's not just seems like she kind of raids the fridge in the morning still, but...
They all do, actually.
Yeah.
And if...
When you ate an entire pound of strawberries this morning.
Dude, I tried to put some on a plate for her, and she lost her shit. I was like, this is not a battle I want to take right now at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
On 2 hours of sleep. Eat the strawberries. We'll go buy more.
Take them.
That
guy just came out of the jungle. Is his name Jorge?
Everybody is... I love that people just pop out of the jungle all over the place.
Call me George! Hello.
Dragonfleur. Oh, hi. Hi. Are you going to be my friend? No. Right here.
I think it's the same dragonfly, too.
Okay, I noticed with these trees, this is a weird observation, but like, especially towards the top.
Hola.
Are you serious? Ah, so close.
I'm coming back. Come here, Jorge.
I got goosies. Oh, is that the same one?
Yes. Hey, what do we do? They can't hurt you, can they?
I don't know.
Is he just... This is incredible.
Do they ever land? Are you like hummingbirds? You just fly? I've seen them land on people before. Dragonflies are a sign of change, prosperity, maybe,
Visitors, too.
and visitors.
Hey, maybe it's my grandpa.
Maybe it's my grandpa.
Yeah, but my grandpa was Mexican.
Ah, shit, you're right.
That was where I was going with that.
My brain did not go there. Yeah, my grandpa would not be out in this heat. The sun's too damn bright. Music's too loud.
Your grandpa would not have liked Mexico in any facet.
But yet he would stay in Texas, which is... He would have...
Yeah, but there you can go from AC to AC.
Were you going to say AC/DC?
No. He touched me.
He wants you.
I felt it.
It is your grandpa.
Joe.
Jorge.
Joe.
Grandpa Joe?
Grandpa Joe.
Grandpa Joe.
Come here. Joe.
Or is it Yolanda's Grandpa Bob?
Could be. Bob. Robert.
Robert C. O'Brien. Trolley.
That's not a trolley.
Car truck. What? Was that a water guy?
Yeah.
Water boy.
He's probably taking water to the construction workers. I haven't heard the saws in a while. They must be having their break.
Their siesta?
I
Siesta.
figured out with those siestas, though.
Dude.
Slow, early afternoons is the way to go, dude. No joke.
Well, in most stores apparently don't even open, stores and restaurants don't even open till like 5 or 6 because of the heat.
In the evening?
Yeah.
Really?
There's some stores that don't even open until 7. I guess in Spain, I think it is. It's kind of...
He's trying to touch me.
In Spain, a lot of the stores close at like 2 or 3, I heard.
Really?
It could be wrong, but that's what I heard. So a lot of people say you gotta plan your shopping accordingly. I think it's just kind of the culture.
I would really prefer to go to places that have air conditioning. Not gonna lie. You really like me. It's right in front of my face.
I should have my other camera. It is Grandpa Joe.
Now he's gone. He's just flying. Now he's up on the umbrella. Taking a break.
Take me to church.
Do you think bugs get hot?
Insects.
Can they feel
They're not cold-blooded, so they don't... no? Maybe?
I have no idea.
Why are we allowed to homeschool again when we don't know anything?
We really shouldn't be.
We need a Jamie in our lives to look things up. Look that up, Jamie.
Young Jamie.
For a young Jamie for our children.
This has been great.
This has been good. So we will try to continue to do this more often. I know we've been super busy and kind of slacking on keeping everyone updated, but for now, know it's for a good reason. We've been getting adjusted. We've actually been busy.
Yes.
And we're alive.
Hey!
We're Jinx. Jinx, you owe me a fake soda. Ah! Come on. Just once. For the people at home. Just do it. Okay.
It's interesting, though, how the yellow flies went away when the dragonfly was around.
Oh, so it is protecting us.
It is.
Poo poo. So, we really have, other than one big retreat, healing retreat that I'm super excited to talk about soon. Other than that coming up, we have no other plans.
Wide open.
I think I do want to go swimming, snorkeling with the sea turtles at least once.
The kids want to go snorkeling, too.
But otherwise, I think until we start talking to more locals or Jamie and Kevin just drive us around, I feel like so they've kind of said that like the more you do talk to the locals, that's when you find out like what is available and what's going on and where to find things.
Yeah.
Because everything is so hidden. And they don't tell you. They don't tell you how to navigate. The navigation signs here just don't exist. Everything is, you either have to figure it out or hire a tour guide.
Pay.
You have to pay a tour guide to show you around, which is sometimes okay.
There's a butterfly.
Oh, a big yellow one. But sometimes I just want to wander too.
As long as I know how to find my way back, I'm cool with that.
I know. That's the problem. All right, so we will check in again. I'd like to do this regularly, more than once a week.
Oh, for sure.
We'll start providing more tips and tricks and things that we learn along the way. We are going to get all of this. Right now it's just kind of set up on YouTube, but we'll get Patreon completely set up where we'll have more ad-free listening, behind the scenes, and all kinds of cheat codes. I don't know. Whatever. More bang for your buck. That's all I got. Goodbye. Thanks for following.
Adios.